5, Mike McKay. And this is going to be, of course, the only jump ball in the contest. Ball is up, and a tap is finally controlled by nobody. Oh, Carl Hobbs saves it before it goes out of bounds, so the Huskies will take control of the ball. Hobbs dribbles across the midcourt stripe, and right away we can see that St. Bonaventure is going to go into a what it looks to be a 2-3 zone. Thompson with the ball on the left side, holding the ball high above his head, gets the top of the key over to Norman Bailey, into the corner to Mike McKay. McKay gives it out to Bailey, back out to Garney Thompson. We have a whistle on the play, and very early we have the first foul of the contest.
I believe the foul is going to go against Connecticut's Chuck Alexinas. That'll be his first, team's first, and St. Bonaventure's will get the basketball.
So already we can see the officials are going to call a very close contest, and Chuck is probably going to be complaining just a little bit throughout most of the contest. Here's Mark Jones, the captain. He's a very quick ball player. He's being guarded by Carl Hobbs. Man-to-man, they go very quickly. Gets it right into number 35, Rob Samuels. Samuels back to Jones. Jones cuts down the middle, throws up a shot. No good. Rebound, Alexinas. The big man pulls down the board, fires it out to Carl Hobbs, who spins right around midcourt, comes down 4-on-3 break. Thompson right side, jumper, bang! Those Huskies quickly jump on top, 2-0. And coming back with the ball the other way is Rob Samuels. Samuels being guarded by Mike McKay, gets it out to Eric Stover, who popped out. Stover hands the ball over to Mark Jones, and the St. Bonnie's offense is underway. This is Samuels, down low to Jones, and he's fouled in the play by Carl Hobbs.
A very obvious foul by Carl, who was beaten baseline, and Jones was going to put it up for an easy layup, and Carl just bammed into him. Carl will take his first foul, and the Huskies will have their second.
Another thing we can look for with the Bonnie offense is Mark Jones, who is their point guard, passing to one side, cutting through the middle, going over to the other side as the ball is swung around. Jones will be behind the pick in one corner, from left corner usually, and have a wide open shot. So we'll see how much they use that one. It's supposed to be also very successful for the Bonnies. Jones hits his first free throw, and on the year, Mark Jones shooting 91%. He's only missed 2, 21 for 23. Now make that 22 for 24, and here he goes for number 2. And this game is tied at 2s. So Jones with his first 2 points tonight. The Huskies are being pressurized for the full court. Finally, Huskies get past half court, and this is Carl Hobbs dribbling the ball around. Hobbs in the corner to Mike McKay. McKay out to Hobbs, over to Bailey. Left side to Thompson. Quickly to Powell. Ball goes around the perimeter to McKay in the corner. He throws up a shot, but he's fouled by Stover. As we said earlier, remember, Stover is used to getting into foul trouble, at least last year. He was supposedly cutting down on it this season, but quickly he picks up his first foul on the season. He's been disqualified in 3 out of the 7 contests already. And McKay will go to the line. On the season, Mike, 76%. He is second on the team in free throw shooting. And he hits his first. Remember, the Huskies with all sorts of problems from that free throw line. Only 63%. And last year there was 78% and number 1 in the country. So that's quite a come down. Of course, Bobby Doolin has a little bit to do with it, but it's just the Huskies not concentrating from that free throw line. And McKay hits the second one, so UConns are up by 2, 4-2. Full court pressure on St. Bonaventure, and controlling the ball is the guard, Norman Clark. Clark being hampered there by number 30, Norman Bailey, gets across the mid-court line. Pass the right side over to Mark Jones. Jones holding the ball high above his head. Has the ball stolen by Norman Bailey. Bailey coming down one-on-one with Mike Hunt. He makes his move, jumper, bang! And there's a foul on the play. So Bailey, who stole a pass from Mark Jones over to Michael Hunt, drove down the length of the court, got around Hunt, threw up a jumper, scored, and was fouled by Hunt.
Hunt will pick up his first foul, and St. Bonnie's will pick up their second team foul, and Norman Bailey will get a chance to make it a three-pointer.
And so far, the crowd has had a lot to cheer about. Bailey on the year shooting 54% from the line, very low for Storm and Norman. And he misses again, lack of concentration. Michael Hunt pulls down the board, so the Huskies will have a chance to go up by 5 points, cannot do so, and Mark Jones coming back the other way. Jones passing the left side, gets it over to Rob Samuels. Samuels passes it out to Eric Stover. Stover hands it over to Clark. Clark dribbling the ball around, looking to make his move, can't do so, and he slows things up, gets it back over to Samuels. Samuels pass back to Clark. Clark playing the point guard position as St. Bonaventure now having 2 men posted up high. And the pass goes over to Mark Jones. Jones right side over to Samuel. Samuel's out to a popping Michael Hunt. Hunt left side over to Clark. His jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound, Alexinas. Alexinas pulling down his second rebound of the night. Gets it over to Norman Bailey. Bailey throws a lobber right side over to Thompson. Cross-court pass. Mike McKay was there but couldn't handle it as Thompson's pass was just a little bit too high. So give Corney a turnover and give the ball to the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure. Captain Mark Jones takes the ball, gets the ball out of bounds, dribbles it across half court, pass the left side over to Samuels. Samuels looking underneath, can't find anybody open, gets it back out to Clark, and Clark dribbles down the left side. Clark being guarded there by Norman Bailey, pass out to Hunt. Hunt's jumper no good, rebound down low. Stover's shot no good, rebound bounces out and goes to the hands of Norman Clark. Clark passes back to Jones, so a couple offensive rebounds. The Huskies still very poor fundamentally when it comes to boxing out, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul down low by Eric Stover, an offensive one. And the Huskies will get the ball out. But as I was saying, the Huskies have not been out-rebounding their opponents very much for the whole season. They have only out-rebounded them 230 to 221.
Very close. Stover picks up his second personal foul, and that'll be the third on St. Bonnies.
Huskies get the ball in, but they're confronted by a full-court zone pressure. But quickly, Hobbs dribbles all the way down the court. Over to Alexin's jumper, no good as it's blocked and out of bounds. So the Huskies will get the ball underneath, but Hobbs went like lightning right up the court.
A dangerous play by Eric Stover, although he did get the block on it with 2 fouls. You don't want to risk the third one, but he went after Chuck and he got the block.
Good point. Alex Innes gets the ball inbounds. Ball goes out and around. Down low to Thompson from Hobbs. Bang! Oh, what a play. Hobbs with a very quick pass underneath to a wide open Corny Thompson. For Corny, that's his 4th point, and Huskies on top, 8-2. This is Jones. Jones gets it on the left side over to Rob Samuels. Samuels looking to make a move. Loses the ball momentarily, but there's Michael Hunt to pick the ball up. Passing the right side over to Norman Clark. Clark dribbling the ball. Gets it over to Mark Jones. And St. Bonnie's passing the ball around. They're a very patient team. Finally, ball goes down low to Jones from Clark. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Hobbs right around the foul line. Hobbs, a 2-on-1 break. Goes all the way down the court. Layup up, and it's in. The Huskies are running, they're rebounding when it happens, and St. Bonaventure's shooting is cold as ice, and we have a timeout on the court. So it's 16 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the first half. The score, Connecticut 10, St. Bonaventure 2. We'll be back right after this timeout.
You just heard it right there, Harold Darak. 15,425. That is a new record here at the Civic Center and a new New England record. And that is the attendance for tonight, a sellout. So they're very proud of that. We should have over 30,000. I'd like to also mention that at halftime we'll be talking with Dave Smith, Sports Director of WFSB Television 3. So stay tuned at halftime. We might have some interesting comments from Dave Smith. Oh, come on, Harold.
16-34. Huskies up by 8, 10-2. Everything seems to be going right except for one little time when they didn't get a few offensive rebounds. But we could also attribute a very cold first half shooting so far by St. Bonaventure.
One thing we might look for is South Florida came out fired up, and the Huskies came out the same way, very fired up. And then the South Florida slacked off. We'll have to see if the Huskies do the same.
Okay, St. Bonaventure inbounding the ball in front of their own bench. It comes to Mark Jones. Jones, Eastern 8 Scholar Athlete of the Year last year, being guarded by Carl Hobbs. Bounce pass on the right side goes over to Norman Clark. Clark trying to dribble towards the middle of the court, and he goes pass over to wide open Michael Hunt. Hunt jumper from 5, and he hits as the Huskies tried to switch their men, and somebody left Michael Hunt wide open. Huskies coming back the other way. This is Carl Hobbs. Man-to-man defense by St. Bonaventure. Pass goes down low to Alex Innes. Hook, bang! A nice pass from Norman Bailey to Chuck Alex Innes. And the Huskies up by 8, 12-4. St. Bonaventure controlling the ball. Mark Jones dribbling out top of the circle. Pass goes on the right side to Norman Clark. Clark holding the ball high above his head, looking top of the key, looking low. Can't find anybody. One dribble jumper, and it's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, Mike McKay. McKay gets it out to Carl Hobbs. Hobbs right up the middle of the court one more time, going past about 3 or 4 Bonnies. Finally slowing things up, waiting for the Husky offense to start up. Alex Innes on the high post, along with Corny Thompson. Both of them playing high. Hobbs picks up his dribble, looking around, tries to get over to Thompson. It's knocked away by Clark. Ball up in the air, and it's going to be controlled by Norman Clark. So a good steal by the sophomore. As St. Bonaventure coming back the other way. Mark Jones slows things up, top of the circle, right side back to Clark. Clark going down baseline, knocked away by Norman Bailey. Goes out of bounds, last touch by Bailey. And Bonaventures will have the ball underneath their own basket. Ball comes in to Eric Stover. Stover gets it out to Clark. Clark left side over to Rob Samuels. Samuels in the corner to Jones. They're passing around the perimeter, not really looking inside. The only big man they have is Eric Stover, 6'8". And he's not really doing much with Chuck Alex Innes in there. Ball now top of the key over to Hunt. Left side over to Norman Clark. Wide open shot off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound. Tapped up and around. Clark gets it. He throws it up. No good again. Rebound down low. A whistle and a foul. And let's see who this one's going to be called against.
It looks as if it's going to go against St. Bonaventure's, and that'll go against number 24, Norman Clark. He'll pick up his first personal foul, but number 4 for St. Bonnie's.
Good second effort by Norman Clark as he missed a few shots but came back in there. Still there, cold as ice. and they're going to have their problems unless things start warming up. Huskies inbound the ball versus full court pressure. It comes to Carl Hobbs as they're now slacking off. It's going to be man-to-man for St. Bonaventure. Huskies play a lot better versus man-to-man. They could get the ball down low a little bit. There's Norman Bailey, top of the key to Alex Innes, left side to McKay. Jumper from 20, swish! Mike McKay connecting for his 4th point this evening. Connecticut on top by 10, their largest margin of the night, 14-4. And 14 minutes and 33 seconds to go. This is Michael Hunt. Hunt passing the right side over to Norman Clark. Clark with a chest pass getting it over to Rob Samuels, top of the keys, being badgered there by Mike McKay as the ball goes over to Mark Jones. Jones passes over to Norman Clark. They're just passing that ball around. Nothing really going on down low as Stover's really having some problems getting wide open. Here's Jones with the ball. Bounce pass over to Clark. Clark left side, drives, puts the ball off the boards for 2. And it's now 14-6. One thing we should mention, Barry Munger, a 6'8 freshman out of Dundas, Ontario, the 3rd person in the Canadian connection, is being redshirted this year due to an injury, and he's 6'8". They're also one of their tallest ball players. Ron Garbade, another one, 6'8", on the bench. They're starting Michael Hunt instead of him. A steal on the play. Mark Jones steals it from Hobbs, going all the way up and laying it in. And quickly, St. Bonaventure gets back into the game. It's 14-8. Huskies on top by 6, and Jones hits his 4th point of the night. This is Hobbs over to Norman Bailey. Bailey crosses half court, dribbles toward the middle. Gets it back to Hobbs. Hobbs now slowing things up considerably as he waits to see exactly what type of defense St. Bonaventure is going to throw at the Huskies. Man-to-man, Thompson, top of the key. Gets it down low to Alex Innes. Alex Innes over Stover. No good rebound. Thompson, bang! Oh! What a play by Cornelius as he got the ball down low on an offensive rebound. 16-8. Corny with 6 points. And Mark Jones controlling the ball. 13-12 to go. Jones left side, getting over to Samuels. Samuels into the corner, over to Stover. Ball goes out and around. Right side to Samuels one more time. Samuels down low to Stover, off his leg. Out of bounds, Huskies ball.
This is the best we've seen of Corny Thompson so far this season, and maybe it's due in part to Red Auerbach sitting down below, and the watchful eye maybe brings out the best of talent. Checking into the lineup for the Bonnies is number 21, Eric Crawford.
And also checking in for the Huskies, Vern Giscombe. Coming in for Carl Hobbs, and Giscombe controlling the ball right now. Giscombe being guarded by Crawford, and we have a whistle and an offensive foul on Giscombe. Crawford fooled the referee because he was backpedaling as fast as Giscombe was coming. I got to say, bad call for the referee.
And Vernon's first personal foul, he gets in the game, didn't take him long. 3rd on the team.
16-8, Huskies up by 8, 12:53 to go. This is Rob Samuels. Samuels gets the ball out and around off to Eric Crawford. Crawford left side to Jones. Long jumper off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound on the ground. Jones comes up with it. Gets it over to Stover. Stover drives down the middle. Throws the ball through the lane. And Bailey gets a hand on it. Goes out of bounds. So the Huskies will lose the ball. Bonnies will come up with it.
Now checking into the Connecticut lineup, number 10, Jimmy Sullivan. And checking in for St. Bonnies will be number 12, Andy Moore. And he replaces Rob Samuels. And sitting down for the Huskies will be Norman Bailey.
Ron Garbade also checked in at that last horn. So a few new players for the St. Bonnies and a few new players for the Huskies. This is Andy Moore. Moore gets the ball into the corner to Garbade. Ball goes out to Eric Crawford. Crawford dribbling the ball around, trying to get it over to Stover. Knocked away nicely by Thompson, playing some good defense. And the ball goes out to Mark Jones. Huskies fall into a 2-3 zone. And the ball comes around to Andy Moore. Moore dribbles the ball, goes to the right side, gets it in the corner to Jones. Jones being guarded there by Sullivan. And the ball comes back to Andy Moore. Moore to Crawford. Crawford to Moore. Moore dribbling the ball around right side, gets it back out to Crawford. Huskies not letting anything open underneath. This is Jones on the left side, passing to the corner to Garbade. And the ball comes out, and this time it's Stover, top of the key, looking for the turnaround jumper. A steal there by Giscombe, but he's going to get called for a foul. And he's not too happy with that one. The crowd's not either. It looked like a very nice steal to me, but of course we're a little bit higher than the referees are. They might have saw a little bit of a skin touching. 12 minutes exactly, 16-8 Connecticut.
Very quickly, Vernon Giscombe picks up his 2nd foul, and that is the 4th for the Huskies.
The ball will be taken out of bounds right in front of press row, and looking to take it out will be Eric Stover, who has not done much at all this evening with the big Huskies in there. Thompson and Alex Innes have pretty much shut him out. Mark Jones gets the ball on the inbounds, passing the left side to Andy Moore. Moore is along the baseline, looking down low, gets it back to Jones. They pass the ball back a few times. It goes out and around the Crawford. Long jumper off the back of the rim. Rebound, Giscombe. So the Bonnies still can't connect very much. Giscombe right side to Thompson. He's going to drive up, and it's in! And a foul on the play. And if it goes against Thompson, I'll be very surprised as Ron Garbade just ran into Corny.
And that's who's going to get the foul. Number 44, Ron Garbade will get it, and that'll be the team's 5th. And for Garbade, his 1st. And Corny Thompson is down a little slow in getting up, but that is a very aggressive play by Corny Thompson, and I like to see that kind of basketball.
And let's give some credit to Vern Giscombe, who's starting to run a UConn fast break, something we have not seen in the past few days or in the past few games. Huskies just seem to be set with setting up a play, but finally the Huskies really took that ball right to the hoop. Very quick Giscombe over to Thompson, and bang, bang, 18-8, Huskies up by 10.
Garbade will leave the lineup as he's got an ice pack on his head.
I believe he might have hit the base of the basket.
I believe he did. And it's, I tell you, I was going to say that Garbade won't stand to take that offensive foul. He won't chance it again because that is quite a matchup. Although Garbade is no small when he goes 6'8", 240. Corny Thompson went right through him. Checking in will be John Benbrook, number 52.
And the report on him is he's big and strong, excellent shooting touch. He was injured in a preseason last year, and the problem with him is he's a little bit overweight, but he's lost some weight this year. He's down to 220 at 6'6", and he's supposed to see a lot of playing time this season.
Resembles a John Pannone in size.
Sure does. Thompson hits. Huskies up by 11, 19-8 with 11:41 to go, and here comes the full court press. Kozinski up front along with Mike McKay and Vern Giscombe. Ball goes into Jones. He's being cornered there by the two Huskies. Bounce pass out to Andy Moore, and Moore gets it back to Jones. They're going to have to hurry to get it over 10 seconds. Steal by Sullivan. Sullivan gets it over to Giscombe. Giscombe is fouled on the play, and the Husky full court press works as Giscombe, Sullivan, Kozinski, and McKay were all over everybody. And the Huskies will go to the line, I believe.
St. Bonnies is having their troubles right now. The foul would go against number 40, Eric Stover. That is his third foul, and he has got what looks to be almost a jammed wrist, and now they've got the coach down there trying to pull the wrist out. He looks to be in some pain, and I tell you, he's standing there, and they're almost like tug-of-war.
That's exactly what it is. He is having some problems with either his elbow or his wrist, and he is in pain.
That is his finger now, we see. And they are taping it together as he jammed his finger. And if you've played any basketball in the backyard, it's an ouch. And I tell you, Stover on top of it gets his third foul. The guy maybe should have just stayed home.
He's not playing very well. I think that foul goes to Ron Garbade. Let's check that. I believe it is Garbade.
The announcement did go to number 4. It went against Stover, although we'll wait. Now I'm looking. I don't see it up on the board. And now I see it on the board.
If it is Garbade, it'll be his third. So maybe you're right. I don't think Garbade was in enough. He wasn't even in the game, so the board must be wrong. It is Stover.
It must be number 40 instead of 44, because if it was Garbade, it would be number 2 on Garbade.
Also, he's on the bench, and he also had a patch on his eye. So let's give it to Stover.
You never know.
Stover gets up with his third foul, not doing very well at all tonight. He has not scored 1 point so far, and he's going to go into the locker room to check on that finger of his. Huskies will inbound the ball in front of press row.
Michael Hunt checks in for Eric Stover.
And McKay looking to inbounds the ball, lobs it into Bruce Kozinski, who has something on the back of his hair, either a piece of a streamer or something, and it's going to bother me all night until someone tells him to get it out. This is Giscombe, left side, trying to get around Jones, goes to the baseline, slows things up, over to McKay, wide open jumper, bang! Oh, those Huskies, 21-8, and they're running away with this game so far. Jones throws the ball, steal Kozinski, but Kozinski has the ball re-stolen back by Jones. Jones lost the handle, threw it up in the middle of the air. Kozinski came down with the steal, but threw it right back to Jones as he was trying to get it to Giscombe, and the Bonnies have the ball the other way. This is Michael Hunt. Hunt at the baseline, gets it over to Jones, top of the key, over to Eric Crawford. Crawford having some problems, into the corner to Jones, back over to number 52, John Benbrook. Finally, the ball goes out and around to Moore. Moore in the corner to Benbrook, top of the key to Jones. Jones dribbles once, jumper, nope. He fakes it, pass over to Crawford. Crawford's jumper, and he hits. 21-10, so St. Bonnies hitting one of their few outside shots today. And that was by Eric Crawford. And for him on the evening, Crawford has 2 points. Vern Giscombe crosses the timeline, looking in the right corner. Can't find anybody open. Gets it over to Kozinski. Kozinski bounce pass on the left side over to McKay. And McKay looking down low. Thompson getting ready to set a pick. He does so. Long jumper off the back of the board. No good. Rebound Kozinski. He slows things up. Gets it out to Giscombe. And a nice offensive rebound there by number 2-3, Bruce Kozinski. This is Giscombe. Giscombe driving towards the middle. Stops at the foul line. Long jumper. It's off the rim. Rebound. Thompson. Jumper. Bang! Offensive rebounding and everything. Huskies up by 13, 23-10. Full court pressure. A whistle and a foul. And quickly, Vern Giscombe picks up his third foul, and that'll be all for him right now.
Quick one for Vernon Giscombe. And checking in the Connecticut lineup will be Carl Hobbs. And that'll be the team's 5th foul. Coach Sonderland over there must be wondering what he's going to do. I would call timeout, I would think, but he's going to let it go.
St. Bonnies have already called one timeout so far. They're controlling the ball. This is Norman Clark. Clark being guarded by Mike McKay. The Huskies in that 1-2-2 zone. Pass goes on the right side to John Benbrook. Benbrook out top to Crawford. Crawford dribbles once, gets it over to Clark. Clark back to Crawford. Crawford drives a few through a few Huskies and hits a jumper. And he's the only one really hitting for St. Bonnie so far. 4 points. Huskies quickly coming back the other way. 3-on-3 break. Hobbs in the middle. Right side over to Kaczynski, but we're going to have a whistle, and Crawford quickly picks up a foul.
Michael McKay will step out of the lineup, and coming into the lineup will be Norman Bailey. Harold, with Eric Stover out of the lineup, you really miss that size underneath because John Benbrook is playing almost in the corner, and he's 6'6". He's their biggest man out there, so it's a big size difference.
Stover's out. Garbade is out. Both of them have had slight injuries.
Crawford picks up his first foul, and the team now has 7, and the Huskies will go to the line.
9:35 to go. Connecticut 23, St. Bonaventure 12. Another substitution. Andy Moore checks out, and Rob Samuels, who started this contest, is in. So it's Samuels along with Hunt, John Benbrook, Eric Crawford, and Mark Jones. No, let me correct myself on that one. Jones is out of the game. It's Norman Clark in for St. Bonaventure. And Carl Hobbs misses his free throw. And coming back the other way to the Bonnies. Left side, Rob Samuels on the fast break. 2-on-1 over to Crawford. Crawford's shot is no good. He was fouled before the hand by Norman Bailey. And Crawford's arguing that Kaczynski had a little goaltending violation, but they're not going to call that at all. They're just going to call a foul on Bailey.
Norman picks up his first, and the team picks up their 6th. Getting back to Carl Hobbs missing that. Carl in the season's having trouble from the free throw stripe. He is just over 500%. So
most of the Huskies are just over 500%, and if they want to compete in the Big East, they're going to have to learn how to hit their free throws.
Especially after those scores last night.
Eric Crawford hits his first. And we have a score from the Holiday Festival in the consolation game. Kansas 71, Indiana 61. A very surprising St. John's of Villanova coming away with first-round victories. And they're playing in the championship as we are talking right now. 23-13, a 10-point lead, 9:30 to go. And Crawford hits his second one, so the Husky lead cut down to 9. And full court pressure placed on a few of the Huskies. Just the guards, really, as Carl Hobbs comes away with the ball, and he is still in his side of the zone. Finally, he gets across midcourt. Norman Clark playing him man for man. Hobbs going towards the middle of the court. Bounce pass to Kaczynski, top of the key. Bounce pass back to Hobbs as we have a whistle and a 3-second violation on, I believe, Norman Bailey. So the Huskies, who had all the momentum going for them when they had the big men in for St. Bonaventure, are now losing some of it to the smaller, quicker part of the Bonaventure team. They're very versatile, have a lot of depth. So, and there's a steal by Sullivan, and Sullivan right side over to Hobbs. Hobbs gets it down low to Bailey, and he hits a beautiful steal as Sullivan stripped, I believe, Rob Samuels. The Huskies quickly come back. This is Clark. Clark loses the ball to Hobbs, over to Bailey, back to Hobbs. It's up and in, but a whistle. Let's see what they're going to call. I believe a backcourt violation. Hobbs knocked the ball away. Bailey got it, went over half court, tried to throw the ball back. What exciting action. But the Huskies call for the backcourt violation. No basket on that one. It's Connecticut 25, St. Bonaventure 14. 8:59 to go, and the Bonnies control the ball. This is Norman Clark right around the midcourt circle, being guarded by Carl Hobbs. The Huskies have been playing that man-to-man. Ball goes left side to Samuels. Samuels gets it knocked away, but controlled by Clark. Clark now driving towards the middle of the court, and he passes back on the left side to Samuels. Samuels looking down low, passes out to Michael Hunt. Hunt right side over to Crawford, the only man hitting so far. A whistle and a travel on Crawford. Crawford, the leading scorer for the Bonnies with 6 points. Then comes Jones with 4, but Jones has been on the bench for quite some time. He has not really been able to get started. Now Ron Garbade comes in the game with his head heavily taped, or a little bit taped, as he had a little collision with the back of the basket, at least at the base of the basket, I should say. He didn't jump that high. And he's in the game. He's now the tallest man in the game for the Bonnies. Huskies take the ball out in front of their own bench. This is Norman Bailey. Bailey goes across half court, slows things up. And the Huskies with an 11-point lead will try to up that to 13. This is Corny Thompson, top of the circle, looking down low, gets it over to Hobbs, left side. Hobbs dribbling the ball around. Cross-court pass over to Sullivan, top of the key to Corny. Corny driving down the lane, gets over to Kaczynski, but he took a train to the basket. He's called for traveling, and the Huskies lose the ball as Kaczynski could not find the handle. 25-14, and Alex Sinnis re-enters the game. Chuck Alex Sinnis coming in, stepping out will be Kaczynski. As a matter of fact, Kaczynski has his head, I believe, taped up. That's not something in his hair that I was thinking. He has a bandage on his head, so we did not really hear anything about that. If we do, we will tell you. This is John Benbrook controlling the ball, looking down low over to Garbade, but a steal there by Bailey, and Bailey's fouled from behind by John Benbrook. So the Huskies playing very good defense here in the first half, up by 11 points. coming up with a lot of key steals, and the rebounding has been holding out. And, of course, the story has been the Bonnies' poor shooting, which could be contributed to the Huskies' good defense. McKay enters the game. Sullivan takes a breather. Sullivan, a favorite of the crowd, getting a very nice hand. And it's going to be Norman Bailey going to the line. And on the year, Bailey is 7 for 13, but he already missed one shot today, so he's 7 for 14. Only shooting 50%. Huskies are just terrible from that free throw line. And he misses again. Rebound goes all the way over to John Benbrook. If Connecticut could hit their free throws, they might be up by 15 to 20. And Mark Jones, who just ran to the game, now controlling the ball for the Bonnies. Jones, left side, gets it over to Andy Moore. No, make that John Benbrook. Benbrook now dribbling towards the middle of the court, and he takes a jumper from the right side of the foul line and goes out and around. Rebound controlled by the Huskies. This is Bailey. Bailey up to Hobbs, and Hobbs going a 1-on-2. Bounce pass left side as Thompson enters the picture. Shot up, no good. Oh, whistle. And I believe we're going to have a foul on John Benbrook, and Benbrook is now hurt. So all the big men for St. Bonaventures have just been getting cremated under the boards by the Huskies. Huskies who have been called not physical in the past have been taking out that physicalness against the Bonnies, and Benbrook, who's getting up very slowly, but is getting up.
Basket by Thompson is good.
They're going to call the basket good by Thompson. It never even went in. So they're going to have to call a goaltending call as Corny Thompson gets 2 points, make that 13 for this first half. I think he wants another MVP for that Connecticut Mutual Classic tournament.
It's a beautiful ring they get this year, too. And the foul will go against John Benbrook. He'll pick up his second. And we are shooting anyhow because it's going for the three-pointer.
Thompson going for the three-pointer, 53% from the line, and it's around and no good again. Rebound comes down to McKay. McKay turnaround jumper, and it's off the rim. Thompson tips it in, and a whistle. It's good, and another foul on Benbrook. What a Husky showing so far as Thompson came up, got a nice offensive board, tapped it in. Huskies up by 15. And again, Thompson will go to the line, and let's see if he can hit it.
St. Bonaventure foul on number 52, John Benbrook.
Benbrook picks up his third. Those Bonnies have been over the limit.
Connecticut substitution, number 24, Larry Blucher. Now he's coming back to the scorer's table because he's going in for Corny. And he'll have to wait till Corny shoots.
And hopefully he'll hit because Thompson has been having problems this season, as we have mentioned, already 0 for 1 this evening. He misses his second one. Rebound McKay again, but a whistle, I believe he's going to get called for it. And he almost got into a little scuffle there with Ron Garbade.
Mike had his head taken off on that play.
The foul's going to go against Garbade. So McKay comes up with a rebound, and what a play. But Thompson, who was 0 for 2 from the free throw line, going out and getting himself quite a hand. He has 15 points so far this evening, and we're going to have a timeout on the court. So, with 7 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in half number 1, it's Connecticut 29, St. Bonaventure 14. We'll be back with more action right after this. I believe we're going to get either an offensive foul or a 3-second violation. Nope, make that a foul. And Larry Blucher being called for the foul, and he's going to quickly take a seat on the bench. Corny Thompson enters the game. And Jim Sullivan comes in, and checking out is Norman Bailey. So the Huskies playing with Alex Innes, Thompson, and McKay in the forecourt, and Hobbs and Sullivan in the backcourt. The Bonnies going with Samuels, Jones, along with Michael Hunt, number 24, Norman Clark, and the man on the line right now, number 44, Ron Garbade. 36-23, Connecticut up by 13 points. Connecticut Mutual Classic, exciting basketball action. Garbade hits the first one. If you just joined us, the first game it was South Florida cremating LaSalle 82-62, but it was as close as 52-50 with 5 minutes to play before South Florida just put on their speed. Garbade hits the second one, nothing but the net, as we can hear that rip right up here. 36-25 and 5 points for Garbade. Huskies coming back the other way, 5.5 minutes to go, and this is number 14, Carl Hobbs. Hobbs dribbles between his legs, gets it over right side over to Jimmy Sullivan. Sullivan controlling the ball back out to Hobbs, and Hobbs pointing out some instructions, trying to get the Husky offense on the move. Top of the key to Thompson. Thompson left side over to Sullivan. Sullivan looking down low, can't do anything with the ball. Finally gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs looking to jet down the middle, but he's quickly slowed down and will slow things up considerably. Top of the key over to Alex Innes, left side to Sullivan. Almost a steal by Jones. Sullivan bounce pass down low to McKay. It's no good. Rebound Garbade. Garbade throws the ball down court, and it's stolen there by McKay. McKay to Sullivan, and a nice hustling effort by Mike McKay to get the ball before it went out of bounds. This is number 14, Carl Hobbs. Hobbs, top of the key to McKay. Down low to Thompson. Thompson, turnaround jumper. Left-handed, no good. Gets his own rebound, no good. Rebound number 35, Rob Samuels. Samuels gets it out to Jones. 2-on-1 break. Jones, right side over to Clark, no good. Rebound down low by Hunt. No good, no foul. And the Huskies come away with the board. A beautiful block by Connecticut. And a screaming Jim Saddlin as he could not believe it. And the Husky crowd is going crazy as they've kept up an 11-point lead, and they have the ball. This is Hobbs. Hobbs looking to do something when he gets it over the top of the key to Thompson. Right side, Alex Innes, back to Corney. Corney left side over to Hobbs. Again over to number 10, Jimmy Sullivan. Sullivan to Hobbs, 4:09 to go. Hobbs streaks down the middle. That's a beautiful pass to Sullivan. Bang! What a play over his head by Carl Hobbs. And Connecticut on top by 13.
Ooh la la.
Oh, the crowd's going wild. This is Mark Jones. Hobbs putting on the prettiest play of the year. And St. Bonaventure controlling the ball. This is Garbade. Top of the key to Jones. Jones had a notion to shoot. Left side to Samuels. Long jumper, no good. Rebound tapped back to Samuels. Left side to Clark. Long jumper again off the rim, no good. Rebound Garbade. Stolen by Hobbs with a whistle and a foul on the little man.
Carl Hobbs will pick up personal foul number 2, and the Bonnies will go to the line, shoot 1-1. Bruce Kaczynski checks into the lineup for Big Chuck. And the Huskies have been playing some phenomenal basketball. Also getting set to check in is number 44, and he does check in as the horn sounds. Brian Bucklew.
Bucklew in for Hobbs. And one thing we can say, I think this is the best Husky game I've seen so far, the most exciting, the best they've played, the best defense they've played, and the best fast break.
Undoubtedly.
And they did that last year when it came down to the Mutual Classic. Of course, they only played Army in that first round and then stuck it to Western Kentucky, but they seem to wake up right around Classic time. And here's Garbade, misses the foul shot, rebound Kaczynski, 3:33 to go, and Bucklew gets control of the ball for the first time. Bucklew gets it over to Sullivan. Sullivan will do the ball handling chores, gets across midcourt as he flies by Mark Jones. And now slowing things up, looking for someone to pass to. Right side in the corner to McKay. McKay out top to Thompson, left side over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski hands it back to Sullivan. The Huskies just passing the ball around the perimeter, 3:14 to go. Connecticut on top, 38-25. Brian Bucklew gets called for a backcourt violation as the pass was just a little bit away from him and he had to try to save it. But they say he dribbled it over the line, so they lose control of the ball, and the Bonnies come back the other way. This is Michael Hunt. Hunt gets it into Jones. As we said, Jones only with 6 points tonight. Jones gets the top of the key over to Samuels. Samuels dribbles the ball once and twice, now passing left side over to Norman Clark. Clark back out to Samuels. Those two ball players very close, both coming from Canada. Right side back to Clark. Clark gets a cross-court pass down to Samuels. Down low to Hunt. This jumper is connected. 38-27. The Husky lead cut back down to 11 points. They're still not in the clear, even though they've had control of this game throughout most of the contest. They really haven't been able to break away by, I believe, more than 14 or 15 points. This is Sullivan right around midcourt being bothered there by Mark Jones. Now he gets by Jones, loses control of the ball, goes out of bounds. And a very poor turnover, and Don Perno wants to talk things over.
One important thing I'd like to say, Harold, is that Jimmy Sullivan has given this team some heart. Maybe that's what they need, a little spark. So with the score, University of Connecticut 38, St. Bonnies 27. We'll take this timeout. Draw along with Harold Darak back here at the Hartford Civic Center. The Huskies with an 11-point lead, 38-27. We have 2:34 to go here in the first half. Remind you, at halftime, we'll be speaking with Dave Smith, the sports director of WFSB Television 3, and we'll talk to him about, hopefully, we'll talk about a little UConn Husky basketball and his opinion on what's going on. The Huskies take the court, and St. Bonnies in the chocolate brown and white will come out now. Harold?
Okay, I think I'll take it from here. 2:34 to go until the half. 38-27. If the Huskies win, we'll be on tomorrow night. Airtime 8:55 with the championship game. And, of course, we are covering the consolation game. We're covering whatever game Connecticut's not in. Almost a steal by Bucklew, and he knocks it out of bounds. Good pressure, full court pressure by the Huskies. We're covering both games on both nights of the Connecticut Mutual Classic. Of course, South Florida defeating LaSalle, so LaSalle will play in a consolation game, and South Florida will play in a championship game, and they'll play whoever comes out the victor in this contest. Here's Norman Clark. Clark trying to dribble between a couple Huskies, passes over to Jones. Jones crosses half court, slows things up, left side in the corner to Samuels. A long bomb, no good. Rebound Thompson. Thompson gets it over to Sullivan. The Huskies looking to run. 2:15 to go. They're on top by 11. Sullivan across half court, left side to Bucklew. Bucklew looking to pass, gets it over to Kaczynski. Right side to McKay. McKay down low to Thompson. Thompson makes his move. Jumper, it's off the rim, no good. Rebound Garbade. Garbade throws the ball to nobody as he was looking for a breaking Rob Samuels, and coming up with it is Bruce Kaczynski. Connecticut controlling the ball. This is Jimmy Sullivan. Sullivan facing the man-to-man pressure. Gets it over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski back to Sullivan. Sullivan right side to McKay. McKay looking to do a little move against Rob Samuels. Does not do so. Pass goes out and around to Brian Bucklew. And Bucklew driving towards the middle. Gets it into McKay. McKay, top of the key. Pass outside to Jimmy Sullivan. Clock running down. 1:37 to go. And Sullivan dribbling with his left hand towards the left side of the basket. Sullivan now slowed up just a little bit, looking for Bucklew. Can't get to him. A steal on the play, and here comes the Bonnies. Mark Jones one-on-one on McKay, and he hits. So a bad pass by Jimmy Sullivan. And it's now a 9-point lead. Connecticut 38, St. Bonaventure 29, and Sullivan having some problems. Sullivan quickly gets the ball across half court to Brian Bucklew. Looks like Bucklew cannot dribble with his right hand, as most of the Bonnies are making him go towards his right, and he's having some problems. Here's Sullivan now trying to do something with Jones. Pass the left side to McKay. Huskies are not shooting. Now McKay drives down baseline. Jumper from 10. It's off the rim. No good. Foul called on Rob Samuels. 1:02 to go here. 38-29. Harold Darak along with Mark Boudreau, Patty Welsh, and Robin Tarby.
Carl Hobbs checks in, and Norman Bailey checks in, and Brian Bucklew and Jimmy Sullivan will take a puff.
And now the Huskies going with almost their starting lineup. Alex Innes on the bench and Kaczynski in there. Other than that, it's the starting 5 for the Connecticut White.
Rob Samuels picks up his first.
And McKay will go to the line. So far on the evening, McKay with 13 points. And he's missed a few free throws so far.
Michael will get 2.
Let's see what he'll do here. These are big shots. And he hits the first one. The Huskies would like to go in the locker room with a double-digit lead. And right now they have that 10-point lead, 39-29.
Michael not shooting too bad on the season from the free throw stripe, 76%, 76.2 to be exact.
He hits his second one, 1:02 to go, Connecticut 40, St. Bonaventure 29. A full court press still being employed by those Connecticut Huskies. Ball goes inbounds to Norman Clark. Clark goes into the middle to Ron Garbade. Garbade gets it back to Michael Hunt. Hunt across midcourt on a pass to Rob Samuels. Samuels hands it over to Mark Jones. St. Bonaventure starting it up. Right side over to Clark. Clark looking down low. Can't do anything with it. Hands it over to Jones again. Jones drives by Hobbs. Whistle on the play. And Hobbs is going to get called for a foul, which he does not totally believe. A blocking foul. And Jones will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1.
I don't know if with 3 referees they try to at least make equal amount of calls. And with 3 referees tonight, we've had an awful lot of fouls called. Carl Hobbs picks up number 3. Now Vernon Giscombe and Carl Hobbs both have 3 fouls, and the Huskies, 2 men that handle the ball for them, are in a little bit of foul trouble. We got 46 seconds to go here before the half, and Carl Hobbs is going to have to stay out of trouble.
46 seconds, 40-29. Jones hits free throw number 1 on the season. As we said a little bit earlier, Jones probably the best shooter on the St. Bonaventure team, hitting 91%.
Probably one of the best in the country with that mark. 91, I'll take it any day.
And second one off the rim and falls through. 40-31, 9-point Husky lead. 46 seconds to go. Huskies still being bothered full court. This is Thompson. Long pass to McKay. A 3-on-2 break. McKay left side leading the pack. Long jumper. Bang! Mike McKay hits from 15 feet. 42-31. The Bonnies coming back the other way. This is Rob Samuels. Right side over to Jones. Jones with the jumper. No good. Rebound Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking to go to Hobbs, but knocked out of bounds by Clark. Nice thought there by Kaczynski, and if Hobbs did get it, it might have been a little foot race to the basket, but the Huskies will inbounds the ball in front of press row with 28 seconds to go, and they're going to try to up that lead from 11 to 13. 42-31, 24 seconds to go, and here's Hobbs dribbling the ball around. Carl Hobbs dribbling it left side, looking to get around. Number 24, Norman Clark, gets top of the key to Bailey. Huskies looking for the last shot. This is Thompson, top of the key. Thompson, right side over to Kaczynski. 12 seconds ago. Kaczynski back to Thompson. Dribbles once, gets it over to Hobbs. 9 seconds. It's about time for the Husky offense to start. Hobbs over to Thompson. Left side to McKay. Long jumper, 4 seconds. Bang! 2-1, and that's half. Oh, what an exciting first half for the Connecticut Husky fans here at the Hartford Civic Center. 15,425 deep. And the halftime score here in the first round action of the Connecticut Mutual Classic, Connecticut 44, St. Bonaventure 31. Stay tuned for our halftime interview with Dave Smith right after this.